Greetings and salutations. The U.S. Piper with you. Just checking in pretty quick. I've got a video or two I just haven't managed to upload yet, so we'll have a little bit of new content finally. Smoking my old Bones. Well, my old Bones Bulldog. This was the first Bones I ever ordered. Probably one of my first half dozen pipes. That is a good smoke. Anyway, kind of a heavy heart tonight for the YTPC. Of course, we lost one of our own. The one, the only Matches860 has moved on to greener pastures than this little ball of life spinning through the universe. So I don't know what his personal philosophical religious outlook on life was, but whatever's after this, he's on to it. So we'll miss you, John. You left behind a lot of people that really thought a lot of you, so me being one of them. We never met in person. We bantered back and forth a little bit once or twice on a live feed. Not much, but just a good guy. One of those guys you feel like you know him because you've never met him, but you've had like dozens of pipes together, so to speak. So, I have a lot of that on the YouTube thing, so. It's kind of eerie if you get about, I think it's somewhere around 42, 43 minutes in on his last live feed. There's a moment where he's talking about people that have deleted their channels and the circumstances that would lead to that. And he mentions, on the flip side of that, there's people that we've lost that are no longer with us. And it's kind of nice to be able to go back to their channel and kind of hear from them again. And so it's nice when that gets left up like that. So I'm hoping very much that his content will stay firmly in place on the YTPC for us. And I would hope that would be how things would run on that, but time will tell. So I guess I mentioned the pipe. Just got this in today, horrible lighting aside. My first tobacco from Rattrays. I've looked at several of their pipes. They have a few I'm interested in. Most of theirs seem to be 9mm, which isn't really my thing, but I love a lot of their pipes. And I've been known to overlook the fact that, I can just smoke it without a filter. I'm torn because although I consider 9mm the superior size if you're going to use a filter, I enjoy 6mm pipes more for smoking without a filter in them because it's not that big a difference. It's a 3mm upsize in there. And as long as the transition is fairly smooth, it's not that big a deal in my opinion. 9mm, I have a 9mm pipe that smoked fine open, but it's a little bit more room volume-wise. But their tobaccos seems to represent a pretty fair value. This is a straight Virginia blend with some very lemony, citrusy Virginias. And I was kind of reading people's comments on it. Some people were kind of lackluster on it. But it's only $16 for 100 grams. And, I don't have a whole lot of Virginias put back. And, we're more than halfway through Latakia season. Maybe, for me, I don't know. I may smoke Latakia year-round, who knows. But for $16 and change, I read the reviews, and one of them was like, if you like Peterson, Dunhill, Flake, you'll probably like this. And 2 or 3 people mentioned a honey taste. I'm like, you had me at honey, but when one guy was like, hey, if you like Virginia Flake, if you like Peterson Flake, you're probably going to need to try this too, because you'll probably like it. And that was enough right there for me to order some. And you know what? They were both right. I don't get a lot of the honey thing, but I see what they're talking about. It does build a little bit in that. It's more citrusy than that, but maybe a little bit of a honey thing. It's not cased or topped or anything like that. It's just a collection of different Virginias. It's got a lot of sweet, bright leaf in there and some citrusy stuff. And a few, nothing really dark in there, but a few that are a little darker, more golden. And it's just, if I could show you. It's just a big old can of loose Virginia, and it seems to be filled pretty well in there. So that's a bunch of Virginia to smoke for $16. And I'm really enjoying it. I like it a lot. You don't have any Perique or anything in there, but that's kind of what I wanted. Something that was sweet enough and bready enough. I don't mind the grassiness thing, but I like a little bit of that extra sweet kind of breadiness in a Virginia. And, the Peterson Flake has that. I really like Stonehenge, which has a lot. It has other things going on in it, but there's a little bit of that in there. And especially as it develops, you get about halfway through it, and a little bit of that natural stoving happens. You get more of the. It starts out really sweet and citrusy, and then you get a little bit more of the breadiness as you go. It's a very good smoke for not a lot of money, really. For what you're getting, that's a good buy. They've got a vapor I really want to try. It's something with the word wind in it. I can't remember all the names of all the tobaccos. Wind something. It's a really weird sounding name. I'm not going to think of it, but it's apparently out of stock a lot. It's out of stock now at Smoking Pipes, which is where I got this from. But I thought about breaking out one of the 6737 LEs I have. But I don't usually smoke Virginias in either of them. And I don't know. It's not Friday. So Friday I will definitely smoke one of my Friday 7 LEs in memorial to John. Matches860. We're going to miss you, brother. But I literally just found out about all this and went and watched the last live feed I hadn't seen. Because I was like, oh man, I missed his last live feed. So I went and watched it, which was both happy and sad. I really like this. I'm glad I bought it. I had a feeling I needed to try this, and that feeling was correct. So, if like me, you've never tried any of their tobacco, I don't own any of their pipes as of yet. They have some Mortas I'm really interested in. But I also kind of want to get a Moretti Morta. So, I really want a couple Moretti pipes. There's a couple specific Moretti pipes I want. And then I'm thinking that may make me go ahead and get a mortar from him as well. I'm not in a rush for any of these things, but just things I aspire to have one day. That kind of Magnum Rhodesian huge thing that Hollywood Briars has with he calls it the Well of Souls. with all the bird's eye on top. And that thing makes me weak in the knees when I see that thing on film or in a picture. That is just a beautiful pipe. And I gotta have it. I don't need it. I don't know why anyone needs a pipe that size, but I'm a really big guy and I'm just gonna have it. The precious. And he also makes a huge mortar that I think Hollywood Briar just got one of, oddly enough. Must have similar taste in pipes or something, because I want that too. I've wanted a poker for a while now and I haven't settled on anything, and I saw that and I'm like, ooh, I might still want a smaller poker, but I also now want that one. So, pipe acquisition disorder. I'm not in any rush. I got plenty of pipes to smoke out of, but one day I'm ready. And while I was looking at those, I saw some of his mortar pipes, and another one of my buddies and somebody on one of the forums I'm on have both gotten mortars from him and really like them. So I don't know when this ends, but probably bankruptcy eventually, right? Hopefully not. Hopefully we're more reasonable than that. But I'm smoking a $39 pipe right now, and it's wonderful. With a $16 100-gram tin of tobacco. And you know what? It's damn good. It's all right. Anyway, keep this to 12 minutes. Hope you all have a blessed day. And condolences to the family of Matches860. John, we will miss you, brother. Peace out. The U.S. Piper.